Hi everyone. Long time no see. Um, I wanted to do a collective read. Since there's been a long gap of time since my last reading. And so I'm gonna do, let's see what's coming up this next month or just in general for you guys. It's gonna be a timeless reading. And so I'm going to combine oracles and tarot. So let's see. Shuffling. So let's see. Where are you guys at currently? What's energy? What's the collective energy right now at this moment? Okay, I have a couple cards that want to pop up. Hold on. All right, this one just flew out. So I have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let me clarify that. Why? So it's either you guys stopped giving to something that was unfair or unequal. Okay, so I have the Four of Cups clarifying for the Six of Pentacles. So overall theme is the Wheel of Fortune. So you guys close out a cycle of overgiving to a situation that was not going to satisfy you anymore. Hold on. Yeah, it was a player. So you guys closed out a chapter or a cycle with a player that was like, or like an unstable chapter where you were constantly giving and not receiving, and you were just bored. You were just bored of it. So right now you're in this energy where you're not talking. Either you're not talking to this person anymore. Hold on, let me check. Like, this person would party a lot. You guys would always party. There was too much like drinking. This person might be like an addict. Prince of Wands. So I got the Prince of Wands again, which is the equivalent of the Knight of Wands in this deck. So that's double confirmation that this guy was like very unstable. They were a player. They're like drinking. They have a drinking problem possibly, or you guys would always like party together. So that cycle closed out. So let me see. Sorry, my cat. He wants to see what's going on. This person. So you guys block this person or aren't talking to this person. You close out a cycle. You don't want to talk to this person anymore. And right now they're like, okay, so you block them. They're either like using fake accounts, trying to see what you're doing, trying to spy on you. So they're lurking on your socials, hidden identity, can't stop watching you. This person is still very much attached to you and to your energy, and they're looking for you in, on Instagram or on Facebook. Like, they're asking around. They're on fake. It's, they're doing those like Finsta accounts. So you block this person. You're not talking to them anymore. Let me see. So what? Okay, so what caused this ending between you guys? Hold on. What caused this ending between you and the collective and this person, this unstable person? The Lovers. Okay, so there was this was a very deep connection, but it also comes with the choice. So there might have been another person involved, or a choice when it comes to love. There was a lot of like you felt like you were working too hard. There was too much work having to maintain this connection, or like be too involved with this connection, even though you weren't receiving anything from it. You were over giving to it, but it was just like very passionate. This very passionate affair. It might have been an affair you had with this person. Let me clarify the Lovers. So you actually saw a future with this person, even though they were unstable and had issues. Like they had their drinking problem, or like you guys were always partying together. Um, but there was like definitely a future that you guys both saw in each other. Oh my god, my cat. Let me see. So what? Hold on. They saw a future too. So like, let me see. So what? So okay, why? What kept you guys from being, hold on, together? Besides, you know, him being an alcoholic, or like, I don't know. Oh yeah, bad habits. Oh my god. Okay, so bad habits. So this is what kept you guys from being together. Even though you guys see a future with each other, and you guys have a very deep soulmate connection. It might even be a twin flame. So it's like, this is actually, I think it might be a twin flame connection. It might be a very deep, painful connection that you have to decide whether or not you leave behind. And so yeah, this person was probably in denial about his bad habits. And they were kind of bringing you down too. There's like I'm getting like an eating disorder, or even like drugs, alcohol. They're like in denial of their bad habits, and like you were able to see their habits, because I think you've been healing. You were healing, like healing in this relationship. It was kind of forcing you to heal, because they were constantly hurting you. Hold on. Oh my god, where are my cards? So hold on. What did this person make you do? Like, what made you give up? Okay, so yeah, there was constantly like head games between you guys. You guys were always fighting. There was always like, you felt like you walked away, like in spite of them. Like it took a lot of patience for you to walk away, because they were constantly attacking you. There's like a constant battle. Let me see, what kind of fights were they? It was okay. So you guys had constant like head games. You felt like they were always gaslighting you, and they were taking advantage of your Queen of Cups energy. So this could be a male or female. You know, all of collective. You guys were very caring and nurturing towards this person. You saw like what they were going through, and it was at the same time you knew that they weren't going to be able to help you emotionally, or even heal your own issues. And so like you got bored of it, and like you realized you were over giving, and you closed out that cycle. So like there's a cycle that you guys closed out when it comes to over giving towards one way relationship, even though you guys had a very strong soulmate level relationship, even twin flame relationship, because it caused a lot of pain. There was all this conflict over what you guys were investing into this relationship and what they weren't. So hold on, let me see, what was this person offering you? They were holding back. They were like, so there's strength. So this person might be a Leo. They might be a Leo. They were holding back their intuition when in regards to you. So there's something like they have like, so in their eyes, they might think that they were doing you a favor by holding back how much they felt for you. I felt like, let me see, because they see you as a Queen of Cups, right? They see you as someone that's very nurturing. They see you as highly giving. Hold on. So they were holding back okay, so they have this overwhelming cup of love for you guys, but it's all hidden underneath their bad habits, okay? And they weren't able to give the way you give, okay? So they were holding back intuitively. They were holding back because they have this overwhelming love for you. They admire you. They're holding back how much they love you guys. This might not, and that's what made you stick around and give so much until you couldn't give anymore, and you're like, fuck yeah, I can't. It was like, in a way, enabling their bad behavior because you already knew how much this person loved you. Give me a second. So, okay, so right now it's like you're waiting for a miracle to happen. You're waiting for like some kind of miracle to come your way when it comes to love, okay? Dreams come true, get what you want. You guys are going to get what you want, because you invested so pure-heartedly into a one-sided connection, even though sometimes sometimes people are your mirror, and they show you exactly what you have inside and vice versa. And this person probably saw how much you loved them, and they felt like, oh, okay, they know how much I love them. Like, they kind of just, they went by it. They went off of, oh, mutual feelings instead of actions. Okay. Cause they're lost in their toxic ways. So let me see. So let's see what's coming your guys' way though. What is coming your guys' way? Okay. So there's a new emotional offer coming your way. Let me see. Is this from this person? Let me. Okay. Cups, yes, and then swords, no. Okay, so. So this person, okay. So basically, okay, so Cups didn't show up. It's the Queen of Wands. So what I'm getting from this is that your heart, you are going to be, okay, so the miracle is that your emotional stability, your creativity you're going to have a sudden rush of abundance when it comes to your emotional clarity, because you already gave, it's like you're replenishing your soul, your love, your heart, by closing out this chapter, and you're gonna be independent. So you are gonna have a glow up. I always say glow up, but you're gonna start feeling more attractive because your heart is, and your emotions are gonna be more overflowing towards yourself. And there's a manifestation energy. So let me see. So I also got the scarcity tactics. So what I'm getting from scarcity tactics is that this person might want to come back and try to scare you into, like, kind of manipulate. So I also get this from the magician energy, is that this person, while they see you glowing up and giving yourself the abundance that you were giving them, they're going to come back and be like wanting to manipulate or manifest you back by manipulating you, or like using scarcity tactics, like, hey, like, I'm suffering, like, I need your help. They want to try to trick you back into doing what you were used to doing before, but you already closed out that cycle. You've been fighting really hard to maintain this boundary so you could come back to yourself, because you lost yourself within that relationship with that toxic person, and your spark is going to come back. This person also wants to sleep with you, and like, they're going to use, I don't know, they're going to use this scarcity tactic to want to sleep with you. They want to offer you their wand, but also they're very attracted to you, and this is also your attraction energy because you're the Queen of Wands. You're becoming the Queen of Wands. So let me see. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Hold on. Is there anything else that wants to come out for the collective? This could be man or woman. King of Swords. Okay, so you're going to be more cutting, and you're going to have some kind of more honest and more truthful with how you speak. You're not going to feel guilty anymore when it comes to what your needs are. I have the Page of Wands. Also, what I'm getting is that this person that wants to come back, they also put on a mask of being very serious and in control, when in reality they're the Page of Wands. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Wands. It's the Princess of Wands. So they are immature. They want to flirt. So they use this seriousness. They make you think that they mean business, when in reality they just want to play around. Okay. They might be going through a breakup. There's going to be some kind of breakup that happens. You guys, I don't want to say this, but there's like a breakup that already happened, or that's going to trigger them to come back because, okay. So there's a breakup that's going to happen that's going to trigger them to come back and use scarcity tactics on you to kind of like interrupt your glow up, because they see that you're doing good. They're like, okay. And I don't know if they're going to want to rebound, but they're going to want to come back. So the reason why you left is because this person was a player and there is a love choice that they had to make. So man or woman, you were giving to someone that was not emotionally available because they had bad habits, and that could be addictions with like sex or anything. And not being alone, they don't know how to be alone, so they're with like other people. They try to triangulate others. And so this person might be going through a breakup while you're doing your glow up. You're attracting a lot of attention. You're already attracting a lot of attention. So they're gonna come in acting like they're standing on business, but in reality they're just the Princess of Wands or the Page of Wands. I hate that it's princess instead of page, because princesses are cute, so, but anyways, and they're gonna see that you are more independent, and they think that you're a worthwhile investment now. But let me see, which is like a little bit too late, right? A little bit too late, too soon, like too late. So there's this fight that's gonna happen, and there's a decision that you're not gonna want to make in regards to moving forward with this person. And there's gonna be like some kind of conflict, like just there's gonna be conflict in general when it comes to moving forward. There's no clear-cut decision, because it's like their actions are very childlike. They're very childish. Okay. So, what does this person want to tell you? See, so it's unclear. I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore. So they feel like they lost control over you. Their tactics don't work like they used to. And like they see you as this mystery. So what's coming your way is your past. So your past is going to come in after you've been experiencing a glow up. But you're going to make it. You already closed out that cycle because you've been healing a lot from taking care of this person and from having to deal with all this bullshit, having to heal your pain while they were just like off in their dream world, and like in their third party situations and stuff like that. So the advice is baby steps. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So don't wait. don't wait to move forward for yourself. Just keep, don't, you don't have to jump in. All right. Just keep going.